The night had been colder than usual when Noah Evans, a single dad and former military medic, left the small community center with his 9-year-old daughter, Mia. She held his hand tightly, her small fingers curled around his like she always did whenever she felt unsure about the world. Noah had promised her ice cream after the self-defense class he volunteered to teach every Friday, but she looked too sleepy now. "Another time, Daddy," Mia murmured, yawning as they walked to the car. Noah smiled softly, brushing her hair back. "You're getting too responsible for your age." "I'm growing up," she said proudly. But just as Noah was about to open the car door, Mia stiffened. Her gaze shifted to the alley behind the building. "Daddy, someone's crying." Noah paused. At first, he didn't hear anything except the distant hum of traffic. Then the faint trembling voice broke through the cold air. "Please, let me go." A woman, scared, panicked. Noah's instincts surged instantly, that old trained part of him that never really slept. He placed Mia quickly inside the car, locking the doors from his phone app. Her eyes widened with worry. "Daddy, I'll be right back, sweetheart. Stay down, don't move." Her small hand pressed against the window as he stepped away. "Daddy, please help her." He nodded once, his jaw tightening. That was all it took. He moved swiftly toward the alley, his steps silent. Two men cornered a woman against the wall. She looked mid-30s, dressed in an expensive business coat now torn at the collar, her hair disheveled, her glasses hanging crooked. Her face was pale with fear as the men loomed over her. Noah didn't hesitate. "Hey," he called out, his voice low and dangerous. "Back away from her." One of the men turned. "Mind your business, old man." Old man. Noah could have laughed. Instead, he grabbed the first man by the collar and slammed him to the wall with controlled precision. The second rushed him with a knife, but Noah sidestepped, twisting the man's wrist until the blade clattered to the ground. He swept his leg, knocking the attacker flat. The first man lunged again. Noah punched him once, hard enough to disorient him but careful enough not to cause permanent damage. The other man tried to scramble away, but Noah pinned him by the shoulder. "Either of you want to try that again?" Noah growled. They didn't. They bolted. Noah turned to the woman, who was trembling but conscious. Her breaths were uneven, her knees shaking. "It's okay," Noah said softly, stepping closer. "You're safe now." She stared up at him, her eyes still wide from shock. Thank you. I didn't know what to." Noah removed his jacket and gently draped it over her shoulders. She flinched at the movement, then slowly relaxed. "I'll call the police," he said. "No," she whispered urgently, gripping his arm. "Please, not the police." That confused him. "You were attacked." "I know, but I just can't file anything right now." Her voice cracked, and he could see a depth of fear that had nothing to do with the alley or the two men. Something else, something heavier, was behind her panic. Noah exhaled calmly. "All right, let's get you somewhere safe, at least." She looked toward Mia, who was peeking from the car window nervously. The woman's eyes softened. "You have a daughter," she said quietly. "I'm sorry if I frightened her." Noah shook his head. "You didn't. She asked me to help you." The woman gave a weak smile, as if that simple kindness stunned her more than anything else tonight. "My name is Evelyn," she whispered. Evelyn Hart. Noah's brows lifted slightly. He didn't place it immediately, but the name did sound familiar. He escorted her to the car, helped her sit in the backseat, and drove her to the small, cozy clinic where he sometimes volunteered. It was midnight by the time he finished checking her vitals. Nothing broken, just bruises and shock. Evelyn kept watching Mia, who offered her a juice box as if that was the universal cure for sadness. Somehow, it made Evelyn tear up. Noah noticed. "Are you sure you're all right?" She nodded, wiping her eyes. "I'm not used to people being gentle. Especially strangers." Before he could ask more, her phone buzzed repeatedly. She didn't answer. "You don't have to talk about anything," Noah said softly. "I just want to make sure you're safe." Evelyn inhaled shakily. "I'll be fine, truly. But I owe you for tonight." "You owe me nothing." She looked at him for a long second, her expression unreadable. "Then at least let me contact you tomorrow. I want to thank you properly." He hesitated, but she seemed determined. He gave her his number. And then she disappeared into the night with his jacket still around her shoulders. The next day, Noah woke early to get Mia ready for school. While she brushed her hair in the bathroom, he made toast and checked his phone. One unread message. Unknown number. "I need to see you. Please. It's important. A moment later, another text arrived. I'm outside. Noah frowned and opened the door. A sleek black car was parked in front of his modest home. The driver stepped out and opened the rear door. Evelyn Hart emerged, now in a perfectly tailored suit, her hair neat, confidence restored, yet her eyes still carried a shadow of last night. Noah blinked. She looked entirely different, professional, powerful, nothing like the terrified woman he rescued. Then it clicked. Evelyn Hart, CEO of Hart and Vale Corporation, one of the biggest tech companies in the city. She stepped toward him. "Good morning, Noah," she said softly. "I hope I'm not intruding." "No," he replied, though he was clearly thrown off. "I didn't realize who you were. Last night, I didn't feel like myself," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "And that's why I'm here." Mia peeked from behind Noah's leg. Evelyn gave her a warm smile. "Hi, Mia," she said gently. Mia waved shyly. Evelyn then looked at Noah, her professional facade cracking. "I didn't come to thank you. I came to ask for your help." Noah tensed. "With what?" Evelyn looked down for a moment, gathering courage. "The men from last night, they weren't random." "What do you mean?" "They were sent," she whispered, "by someone inside my own company. They want me scared, silent." Noah's jaw clenched. "Why?" "Because I discovered irregularities in a major project. Millions missing, illegal transfers, and the man behind it, he has people everywhere." Her voice dropped even lower. "I'm not safe, Noah. And after last night, I don't think they'll stop." Noah crossed his arms. "And what do you want from me?" Evelyn's next words felt heavy with desperation. "I want you to protect me." Noah stared at her, caught off guard. "Evelyn, I'm not a bodyguard anymore. I have Mia, I have a life here." "I know," she whispered. "And I would never ask if I had anywhere else to turn." The morning breeze blew against her hair as she looked up at him with something raw, fear mixed with trust. "I can pay you more than you've ever earned," she added quietly. "But I'm not asking you as a CEO." Her voice softened. "I'm asking you as the woman you saved last night. The woman who doesn't know who else to trust." Mia tugged Noah's shirt gently. "Daddy, help her." Those words again. Last night they sent him into the alley. Now they pulled him into something far bigger. Noah exhaled slowly. He could refuse, should refuse, but the look in Evelyn's eyes told him everything. She had no one else. "All right," he finally said. "I'll help you, but we do this my way." Relief washed over her, so palpable she closed her eyes for a second. "Thank you," she whispered. But before Noah could fully process the moment, Evelyn stepped closer. "There's something else," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "Something I didn't tell you." He raised a brow. She swallowed hard. "Last night, when I looked at you holding your daughter's hand, I realized something. If anything ever happens to me, there's no one who would even notice I'm gone." Noah softened, the hardness in his posture easing. For the first time, he saw not the CEO but the lonely woman behind the title. "You're not alone now," he said quietly. Evelyn's eyes glistened. "I hope not." Her driver opened the door for her. Before getting inside, she turned back to him. "Noah, there's a meeting today. With the board." She held his gaze. "The same men who ordered last night's attack will be sitting in that room. And you want me there?" She nodded slowly. "By my side." Noah inhaled deeply. He wasn't stepping into a fight. He was stepping into a corporate battlefield controlled by dangerous men who already tried to scare a CEO into silence. But for the first time since his military days, he felt something he hadn't in years. Purpose. Evelyn watched him, waiting. "I'll be there," he said. A soft smile broke across her face, small, fragile, but real. And that was how it began. With a single dad, a frightened CEO, and the truth hiding in the shadows of a billion-dollar corporation, one that Noah now had to walk into. Side by side with the woman who whispered, "Daddy, please help her," without ever knowing that those words would change his life too.